as far as the taxes and all that stuff, I don't understand all of them.
Right.
But sometimes I think we get in on the short end of the deal when we start drawing out a little bit of money.
Right.
I think I draw right fair. By the time they take tax out on this, tax on that, and tax on that, I ain't hardly got enough to pay my medicine bill.
Well, do you believe it's right for them to raise taxes on you while cutting taxes on the top 1% in the state?
No.
Right, basically, the new tax plan gives everybody the same cut. But of course, the more money that you make, the more cuts you get. So 5% of $100 is not the same as 5% of 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000. So it equates to the same cut, except some get more because they're paying more.
And who are you, sir?
I'm Representative Phil Shepard from Onslow County.
Okay. And what are you doing here today?
I'm here because I came for those that came out to support us and what we've done this past session in the General Assembly. And I have some people that came up, so I want to be here with them to support them for being here.
And how do you feel about what's going on Moral Mondays?
Well, everybody has a right to protest and complain. It doesn't mean we always agree, but as Americans, they have a right to come out and protest and do what they do on Mondays, just like other people have a right to come today if they want to come and so forth. So I don't agree with most of the people that protest on Mondays. They're standing on issues, but that's their right. So,
do you believe a lot of what you've done is moral? Do you believe that denying 500,000 North Carolinians Medicaid is a moral decision?
I think it's a decision that you can't give people what you don't have. And we are already in debt $400 million this year to Medicaid payments to the federal government, and we can't continue to spend what we don't have. We've got to find a way at some point in time to fix it. Do I have a problem with some people not getting it? Yes, if they don't have any other way to get help. But there are a lot of people in today's economy that they're not necessarily needs they get, it's wants and extras that they want. But do I have a compassion for those that don't have? Yes, I do. But I also feel like you can't spend what you don't have, and we can't expect those that are working and paying taxes to continue to pay more for those that aren't.
Okay, so what about the unemployment?
The unemployed, I think everybody should draw unemployment to a certain point, but I don't think they should be drawing unemployment for over 2 years because I know people that have been offered jobs and they've turned it down because they said they would go to school and draw more unemployment while they were going to school, so they turned the jobs down. And I know this for a fact personally. But yes, there are times when everybody will be entitled to unemployment, but at some point in time you've got to cut the unemployment. They've got to try to look for some sort of job. It may not be what they want, but they got to go to work doing something, and all of us are in that same situation at some point in time. So yeah, I do think that unemployment has a purpose, but it shouldn't be a continuing basis on and on for year to year.
And the examples you've given, I believe you. I believe there are extreme examples probably on both sides of the fence, but there are honest people out there who have lost unemployment benefits, North Carolina being the only state out of the 50 to cut them on July 1st, and therefore not receiving the federal benefits either. Why did the state do that?
Well, because we were already in debt to the federal government with unemployment. If you know those facts, you also know that we were one of the top states in the top 5 as far as debt was concerned with unemployment. And once again, you cannot continue to spend what you don't have. And we can't continue to take for those hardworking tax-paying citizens that are working and businesses that are trying to make it during this difficult time and give to people that maybe just don't want to work. I know, for instance, in the district that I'm in, there's not a lot of people that can't find a job. It may not be what they want to do, but there's some jobs out there if they want to work, and they're willing to sacrifice. So, you know, there comes a point in time that you have to cut and do what's right by everyone, and you can't continue to supplement people that can find a job doing something, even though it may not be what they want.
What would have been the harm in waiting till January 1st?
Well, you look at the costs involved, how much more money that would be. And I believe if you allow people to continue on, they won't look for anything else. As long as you do things for people, they'll never look to do anything for themselves. And we need to encourage and we need to help people and do all that we can do for them. But at the same time, they need to realize, hey, you know, there's coming a time that I can't depend on the government and my fellow tax-paying citizens to take care of that for me, that I have to go out and find a job doing something, even though it may not be what I want.
But again, it seems like that you're saying that everybody that's unemployed are lazy. I mean,
I'm not saying
you
that.
seem like it seems like
you said that. I didn't say
right,
that.
but it seems like what
I'm not saying anybody's lazy. I'm just saying there comes a point in time where you have to cut it off. And I think when someone draws unemployment for a year and 2 years, matter of fact, when we cut unemployment last time, some people have been on it 2 years.
Right.
And I think that's excessive.
Right.
I don't think unemployment was meant to be a permanent fix. It was meant to help people during a difficult time until they could find another job. And with that being said, it has become more of a permanent fix, and it shouldn't be.
Okay, so what about the people who have lost their job of no fault of their own, okay, and are seeking work? I'm not talking about the extreme people that you're talking about that keep on and on and on. I'm talking about the honest North Carolinian who has honestly lost his job as no IBM employees, honestly lost their job and no fault of their own, collecting unemployment. It's now cut short because of decisions you have made to help pay a debt off earlier. How is that a moral decision?
It's a moral decision because it's the right thing to do by all tax-paying citizens. And you may not agree, and you've asked me that same question 3 or 4 times. All I can tell you is I stand by the decision we made. I think we made the best decision for all the citizens of the state of North Carolina, for all those that are working, tax-paying citizens and families. And so I think we did the right thing. You may not agree; those on Monday may not agree, but I believe we've been more than fair in our approach to this process. And I appreciate your time.
Appreciate that. Can I ask you about voting rights real quick?